Hi guys, welcome back. This is the Scottish Gaming Rebels. I am the host with the most, the main man himself, the Fat Tink. Now, if this is the first time you're seeing one of our videos, why not hit that subscribe button and hit the like button? If you have been here before and you have done that, then you, my friend, are absolute legends. Now, the reason we ask you to hit the subscribe bell, because it's basically going to help us grow on YouTube, but also because we are doing a giveaway at the end of this year. We'll be giving away to one lucky subscriber. We will be giving a copy of Modern Warfare 2 2022 on your designated platform free of charge. And all you have to do is hit that button and like our videos. So today's video is on the highly anticipated Dying Light 2, which was released last Friday, and let's just say the Metacritic scores, the publisher scores and everything else, weren't that good. Now, obviously with this, we are going to get into a bit of deep dive into it today to work out and just see exactly what is good, what is not, is it good, is it bad, or is it just plain ugly. Now, before we go a bit step further, we're going to talk about the actual developers, Techland. Now, Techland were founded in 1991. They were a software distributor to start with, before releasing a game called Crime Cities in 2000. This was met by IGN, who gave it a score of 81. Now that is a pretty high score, and especially if you know anything about IGN, you know that they aren't always out at giving high scores. But this did cement that Techland would go on to make some groundbreaking games such as Call of Juarez, Dead Island, and then the legendary Dying Light 1. Now obviously with this, Dying Light 1 was the game that pretty much set them aside from everything else. It was highly anticipated, it was, a really good game. Now, I will point this out, guys, before I go any further. These points I'm reading out right now are not my own points, because unfortunately I never played Dying Light 1. Yeah, I know, the FatMan calls himself a gamer, he hasn't played it, but I have had a lot of feedback on people saying, oh, do you know what, this was an absolute fantastic game. People done speed runs on it, people played through it several times. And I'm like, yeah, right, okay, so it was a really good game. Now, Techland do have a saying that, for them to make a fun game, that in fact their workplace and their company has to be a fun place to work. And to be totally honest with you guys, if you look at anything in this game, anything in their previous games, you must be able to work out that these guys must be having a great time at work. Do you know what I mean? It's probably more like a playground than it is actually a company. So, we're just going to jump straight in. So, obviously last week was the highly anticipated release of Dying Light 2. And guys, I've wrote a script in this and, what I'm going to talk about now. The truth is, I'm not going to stick to this script, right? I am far too excited to talk about this game. And this game has honestly shown me that there is other games out there that are a lot better than the crap we've been playing recently. And now, obviously, let me explain something, right? I never played Dying Light 1, call myself a gamer, but that's definitely not true. But in all fairness, I wish I had played Dying Light 1, and the chances are I'm probably going to go back, get it and play it as well, because this game is just amazing, right? Graphically, physically, combat, mechanics, that just everything seems to gel together to make this game such an ambitious dream that they have managed to do, and it's just amazing. Right, there's nothing I can honestly say now. I will point this out, there is a couple of wee, glitches and bugs here and there, and they've been working over the weekend to fix this. Now obviously with that, they are putting out hotfixes here and there. On PC, the hotfixes go out quicker because you don't need to go through the review process that PlayStation and Xbox do. But honestly guys, even with that, they're still pushing out and getting things fixed. Now, they did say on release day, please wait till patch 1 comes out before you play, because obviously it's going to fix thousands of bugs. And it came out and it did. It made everything look better, it played better. Now, as you know, I play on a Series S, and I will honestly say, people saying, oh, but it's only 30 frames per second. I don't honestly see the mistakes or the problems. I play this game, I played it all weekend. I love this game. Now let's look at some of the fundamental points here, the graphics. Now, day cycle, the graphics look amazing, but here's the thing that really stood out to me, the night cycle graphics still look absolutely unbelievable. With that said and done, the mechanics for day cycle as well, for zombies are a bit more sluggish, they're not likely to hold as quickly, they're not likely to move as quickly, and obviously a lot of them, if you go into certain buildings, are obviously sleeping. Do you know what I mean? For sitting there, lying there, and obviously you can kill them if you want. You can sneak in, get some loot, but they do say that there is certain aspects that you've got to wait till night time. There's also looting places where you can go in and loot at night time for better gear, and just the graphics of day and night, the mechanics of day and night are amazing. It's something I'd never actually experienced in a game before. Obviously, like I said before, I'm obviously running on Xbox Series S, and I do thoroughly enjoy it. Guys, you know what I mean? I can honestly not say that I have a major issue. Now, I have had some hard resets where it's literally shut the game down to the home screen, and I'm like, right, okay, most games I'll just go, do you know what, I can't do this anymore, I'm away, and I'll walk away from it. Dying Light 2, I just reboot it up straight away and start again, or go to where I was before, and I just keep playing. Now, obviously, every time I play the game, I find something new else to do. You know what I mean? There's a new wee nugget of information, or another mechanic that I've missed before, or just a new mechanic I'm learning. Now, obviously, with this said and done, a lot of people are like, yeah, well, you know, it's running on 30 frames per second on the Xbox Series S. Guys, no offence, but it still looks magnificent. Yes, I'd like them to push the frames per second up slightly, 40, 45. Do you know what I mean? The console can take it, so do it. Do you know what I mean? But they are looking into that. Now they're also looking into cross-play as well, so you can go into co-op mode with people on PlayStation or PC. But personally, guys, they will do it because they've said they'll do it, they'll look into it, they are doing it. Obviously, with this said and done, Techland have had a good reputation for their games, their releases and everything else. And Dying Light 1 at one point had 16 million concurrent players, do you know what I mean? Which is absolutely amazing. Dying Light 2, I can easily see surpassing that. It's just sitting under Elder Scrolls Online on Steam, you know, for concurrent players of all time. I think at the moment it's sitting at 271,000, whereas I think Elder Scrolls Online has something like 278, right? So there's about an 8,000 gap, right? But I can honestly see this game easily taking off. Obviously, we've had it in the middle of the month, do you know what I mean? At the start of the next month, I guarantee with payday coming up, everybody will buy this game, that'll be shoot straight up there. And it is just so impressive at how this game, which was delayed, and there was a lot of backlash, guys going, oh come on, not delay it again, keep it going. But no, they've actually done a game that can honestly make everybody proud. Now, with that said and done, obviously we will talk about some of the mechanics. Obviously your combat mechanics. Now, like I said before, you know, there is certain zombies during the day and at night time. Obviously the ones at night time are a lot scarier and a lot more, you know, ferocious, we'll say. But obviously during the day, if you're out and you get attacked by, say, a renegade, a group of renegades, say there's maybe 3 or 4 of them, and you jump down onto the ground and there's zombies about, the renegades and the zombies will also fight against each other as well, so they're not all just targeting you. The zombies will come for you. They've already bypassed some of the renegades. The renegades will fight out, and it's amazing because it makes the game feel more alive, just to be as if it's its own living entity. With that said and done, obviously there is times where you can outrun, obviously, the zombies during the day, that's not a problem. But at night time you get what's called a chase system, which obviously there's 4 levels to the chase system, and you're running away from them, they're chasing you over the rooftops, wherever you're getting chased from. And now if you manage to outrun that or get to a UV area where it will stop them from being able to get in, you'll be safe. Now obviously there is an achievement on Xbox, and I'm assuming it's on PlayStation and PC as well, that if you get to the top chase point and then die, so if you get to level 4 and die, you actually get an achievement for that. Now, pretty much I would say that if that was the case, I'd be really pissed off. But again, with this game, it just doesn't piss you off. Okay, there has been a couple of occasions where you've tried to jump and grab onto an edge and you just fall to your death. And I've been like, oh, not again. But then I just do it again. Do you know what I mean? I load up the respawn point and I start again, and I keep going and I keep going and I keep going until I get what it is I'm trying to do. Obviously, with that said and done, you know, the game was released and a lot of people were moaning and hashing and pissing and moaning about the fact that, you know, this game is going to be released with no firearms. You know what I mean? There's not going to be any guns or anything in it. And I was kind of like, oh, right, okay, well, that's maybe not a good thing. But because, in all fairness, any zombie game you find, you're going to see that there's guns in it, right? That's how, every film, every game, there's always been guns in a zombie game. There was guns in Dying Light 1, but this time they took them away and they actually added something into the storyline as well to explain why the guns were removed. And I'll be totally honest with you guys, that as well actually added to the emphasis of this being like a real world, you know what I mean, actual reality, or rather than a game, because there is obviously reasons behind it. With that said and done, the melee combat is pretty damn good as well. Obviously, MD who drop kicks some zombies, drop kicks some renegades, it is really good. And obviously you level these up over time by doing parkour and combat. And the more you do, the more points you get. The more points you get, the quicker you can level up your character and get specific skills. And again, it just keeps adding to it, right? There's just more and more and more. And if you have a quick flick through all the, the level ups and everything else, you're just looking at what's coming next and you're like, oh, that looks good, or that looks good. You also do health and stamina. Stamina does your parkour, health does your combat, and you just need to keep going. Now obviously through the game you find inhibitor. Now you use this inhibitor to also level up your stamina or your health, and with that, you get better skills and everything else. And obviously I will say that just doing that alone is great, right? Because as you get close to one of these inhibitor cases, it does come up and tell you it tells you a wee kind of radio contact on the screen, and it does tell you that an inhibitor case is closed. You've got to get into a building to find it. If you're during the day, it's not too hard. You just need to sneak in by the sleeping zombies, or if it's night time, the zombies might not be there, or if they are, they're going to be awake, so you're going to have some combat to deal with, which then gives you more XP for your combat, and it just keeps building and building and building. Obviously with this said and done, I will point out one major flaw they had here. When making this game and advertising and marketing this game, they really dropped the ball. Now, we've seen this before with games that, come out and they go, well, this is our game, we hope you want to buy it and play it. And then people go, well, it's not really that good, I'm not going to bother. And then all of a sudden, these guys, people get hands on the game and they're like, oh my god, this is amazing. Techland and Dying Light 2 was in that category. They really dropped the ball in the marketing. They should have really pushed for more marketing. I know they did release a video with some, gameplay, and people are like, well, that looks kind of shoddy and it doesn't look that good. But guys, I'm sorry, if you've watched those and you think that's not good, do yourself a favour, go and get this game. Just go and get it. You will not be disappointed, put it that way, for everybody. Even just running about the rooftops parkouring, right? Do you know what I mean? I'm a fat man. The only thing I can jump over is, well, I fall over my own feet all the time, so that's probably about it. But, it does give you that exhilaration to be able to jump from rooftop to rooftop and, let's face facts, drop kicking zombies, man, is just like amazing. With that said in front as well, one of the concepts with the enemies they've done as well is enemies won't just stay in front of you as most games do. They actually try to flank you around the back so they can attack you from behind. Now obviously on Xbox, if you press Y, you can instantly 180 round quickly and fight back. I'm assuming it's triangle on PlayStation. And obviously this is a good wee thing because it means you can keep an eye on the 360 all round about you. Your perception's just constantly moving. And obviously you can dodge and weave out the road, which is a great mechanic, especially at night time if you're in a horde of zombies and you are struggling to try and kind of push past them. You can obviously, dodge and jump and everything else. And that does really make the game really work well for me. Obviously with that said and done, there is a looting and crafting, which is a big massive mechanic in the game. Generally because you've got to loot for special resources so you can craft different kind of med packs and boosters, weapons as well. You can obviously buy, you get valuable resources which you can then sell off for coins, which then means you can buy upgrades and improvements for your weapons. And the one thing I will say, the weapons do break in this game, and I was a bit concerned because I'm like, well, I really like using this, and then it broke and I'm like, oh, can I not repair it? And I haven't worked out yet just how to repair things, but again, it's a learning curve and I'm thoroughly enjoying it. Obviously with that as well, we also do have the glider. Now, a lot of people have seen the YouTubers talking about, showing some early gameplay footage, and you did see the glider in play. Now that doesn't come in until quite a bit through the story, not near the end, do you know what I mean? I'm still 8 miles away from the end, but it does take a wee while to get it, and it is a really good mechanic, do you know what I mean? You get to places you wouldn't be able to get before, and it really does make the difference. Now obviously with the glider it does take away your stamina, but if you go over an air vent it does force you back up in the air and it replenishes your stamina as well, which is a bonus, right? It is a major bonus and it is a thoroughly well enjoyable game. That mechanic itself, the combat, the parkour, the looting, the crafting, everything guys, it is just an amazing game. I can't say this enough, this is easily going to be Game of the Year for me. If this doesn't get Game of the Year, I honestly don't know what game is going to come out that's going to beat this hands down. Now obviously with that said and done guys, we do understand the fact that, it's not just that easy, Fat Tank, you can't just say this is Game of the Year. But with the factor and the fact that daytime you're running about, you're fighting zombies, you're fighting renegades, whatever, and then it gets night time and the zombies have now came alive, the streets are full of life and they're obviously trying to kill you and everything else. And obviously, I'm trying not to spoil anything, guys. So, do you know what I mean? I'm not going too far into detail with this. But a lot of people are, like, oh, right, this is really cool because at night time you've got to do this and that, and you don't want to spend too much time outside because obviously, there's certain story elements there that you want to kind of watch what you're doing. And obviously, you get to meet a lot of really good characters. Do you know what I mean? The game does have some. Now, a lot of people moan about Dying Light 1 having a really kind of mundane story. Dying Light 2's story, I think it's actually really, really good. You do meet some memorable characters. You also meet some complete arseholes. Now, obviously, with them, if you get to fight some of them, you can enjoy the battle of killing them. There is some characters who die, or who who maybe not be as nice to you as you were hoping. And you kind of get offended by it. You're like, whoa, hold on, man. Do you know what I mean? You told me this, but yet you're doing this. And, guys, just listen to me ranting. Listen to me try to explain this. This game is amazing. I'm giving this game, the SGR, the Scottish Gaming Rebels game, we are giving this a clear 10 out of 10. Right? This is a top game. Anybody who says otherwise can literally kiss my ass. This game just makes sense. It does exactly what it says on the tin. It tells you this is what it's going to be and this is what it is. And to be totally honest with you guys, I'm having fun playing it. I've had to stop playing it to come and do this review. I'm going back on to play it straight after this review. And I will be talking about it probably on Friday, and I'll probably talk about this game. And I'll probably use this game to refer to new games coming out going, well, yeah, it's good, but it's not Dying Light 2 good. And that's it, guys. Do you know what I mean? So we've actually got to the point where I've actually found a game in this generation of gaming, and the new generation of consoles that I actually find amazing. Like I said, Techland are busy working on it. They are pushing through. They are really trying their hardest to make all the problems and the bugs go away. You know what I mean? They're doing things that other developers just aren't bothering their arse with. And this is what makes Techland such a good company. Now, they have said, obviously, that it's going to have 5 years of content throughout, which is a bonus. 5 years of content for this game already, which is overloaded with content as it is. I can't wait. I genuinely can't. So guys, like I said, this is easily a 10 out of 10 game. Game of the year straight away from us. We love this game. We are enjoying playing this game. And guys, this has been a long video today. I do apologise. I know I have been ranting and raving like a lunatic. But just listen to the excitement of my voice. You can tell that just playing this game has actually given me a new lease of life. Now, we are going to be streaming this on our channel at Reaper's Rebels. You can find the link in the description below. Obviously, if you are, listening to our videos, check out Just Jaeger on Twitch as well. He's a pretty good guy, he's a nice Scottish guy. He's a good laugh. Check him out too, guys. And as always, listen, thanks very much for listening. Thanks very much. Hit that like and subscribe, guys, and we will catch you in the next one. Peace out.